All right, peace. Welcome to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm not Digga.
This is not Digga. That's Fact-checker Rage up in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Where is Digga? Well, Digga went to motherfucking, she went on tour, y'all. She is in Europe, across the pond or whatever the fuck they like to call it. We might get a call from her later on in the show, but until she's back, you know, today we're gonna have Rage sit in his seat, and yeah, he's getting that, you know, residual booty heat that she keeps in the seat, and you know, he loves that. He loves being as close to Digga as possible.
Even this works.
Even that. So we're not gonna have them on the ones and twos today, but we could still do some fact checking. We got you know what I mean? We got the computer and all that type of shit.
Certainly.
I'd like to acknowledge a new intern that we have with us. Let's all welcome Digga. I'm sorry, what's your last name, Digga, if you don't mind?
Rose.
Digga Rhodes?
Rose, yeah.
Rose. Digga Rose, okay? So, you know, we equal opportunity over here. We hiring female interns as well, and not all just male. So, yeah, clap it up for our new intern.
Clap it up.
Thank you for joining the team.
So, can I make some clarity real quick? So we hiring female as well as male, but you differentiate from the two, I assume. Yeah?
Absolutely, because they're different.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. I mean, I believe in equality, but you know, equal is not identical.
It isn't.
It isn't at all. So that being said, let's talk about a very funny meme that's been going around the internet that somehow they pulled me in and I'm involved in this meme.
Wow.
That's right. It's the meme with your boy, Billy Preston, on the red carpet of the Oscars, yeah? The Academy Awards, in what can only be described as a tuxedo dress? I don't know what the fuck that was, but I'm gonna attempt now to, because there's a meme out there, and on one half it has him in the tuxedo dress, and it says, "Y'all niggas." And then on the other side, it's a picture of me, and I'm looking at, it looks like I'm looking at him in the dress, and I'm gonna do my best attempt to recreate the look.
I'll put it right here.
Right now. No, I'm gonna recreate it right here, right now.
Okay.
You ready for this camera?
That's it.
What in the crazy fuck is wrong with you? What in the crazy hell? I mean, this motherfucker look like half man, half a maiden. Like, it's crazy. Like. And he was there with another, I suppose this was his partner or some shit. Now his partner had a regular tuxedo on, and they actually took pictures together where the other, you know, his partner,
The male part.
yeah, the other sodomite, he was standing there like a man. You know what I mean? Like he was standing there as a man, and the Billy Preston dude was like holding his arm like a little girl or something. Wow. You know, like he was definitely the female in the relationship.
See.
You know? And it was just, I don't know, it's just kind of striking to me how they keep using us, and when I say us, original people, black people, to pioneer a lot of this gender bending, you know, abnormalities, you know, becoming normal type of vibe. And
so you're saying the alternate wouldn't have been as popular, let's say, if the white guy was wearing a dress? And
absolutely not.
No?
It wouldn't have been as popular. It probably wouldn't have got as much attention. First of all, we have to understand our power as original people, as black people. Like, we influence the world. Like, we're not called the mothers and fathers of civilization for no reason. How do you become the mother and father of civilization? Let's just think about that. That means we taught all other cultures how to be civilized, how to build a home for themselves, how to, you know what I mean? Bury your dead, all kind of civilized shit. We taught these people. We brought spirituality to the world. So the fact that we're the natural teachers of the earth and that humanity is used to looking to original people to in order to function, they use that power. You see what I'm saying? They use that power that we have, but don't let us know about our power. So we have a certain, we have a certain influence. If you look how hip hop has permeated, the world. Yeah. Unlike any other genre of music, really, like hip hop and black music and black artists are the ones that seem to be at the forefront of influence. So I feel like they use our influence against us sometimes in certain situations.
So it's safe to say that anybody with a particular axe to grind or wants to disseminate something in a viral manner definitely will come to hip hop culture and black culture as a whole to use it sort of as a sound stage to put forth their agenda. That's safe to say.
First of all, I don't like you posing everything in a question. Okay. Speak your fucking mind right now.
Okay.
This is not how you speak. This motherfucker posing everything as a question, like, you're here with me, motherfucker. Okay. If we gonna get in trouble with these motherfuckers, we all in trouble, goddammit. How about that?
All in.
So I'm like, well, I just posed the questions and no, motherfucker. Tell me what you think about this shit.
What do I think about it?
What you think about a motherfucker coming up, showing up to the Academy Awards looking like half man, half a maiden?
Well, first of all, as my man Cook said, he pulled it off. Congratulations to him, I guess. I'm more into his facial expression. Like, with me, my whole thing is even if you have a statement to make, like, don't be hacky. You know what I mean? Like, his face was like, oh, what? They're going to really say something about this, I don't care. Like, it's like, dude, now you're hacky. You know what I'm saying? And you use such a big bully pulpit as the Oscars to do that. So that's just hacky, number one, just in terms of taste. But yes, I do concur. People do use our influence and our methods and our drum, so to speak, to, coerce and co-opt the message to suit them. So to think that the quote unquote LGBTQ agenda, and there is an agenda, you wouldn't have a flag if there was no agenda. To say that it's beneath them to use our culture is not intelligent. So that's my position.
You ever notice, like, this is kind of, it's with it, but it's not with it. It's just about our influence. Do you ever notice how on all the commercials, like especially for fast food restaurants, whenever they're selling swine, it's black people, as if pig is the black people's meat?
100%. 100%.
Because again, they're using our influence against us. So, I know black people love swine. They love that baconator. 100%. I just saw my boy, shout out to my boy, JB Smooth. Now, I'm cool with him, you know what I mean? But, he is on a McDonald's commercial where they got these bacon fries.
I totally peeped that.
And, I guess he was trying to, he's selling bacon fries, okay? Even though in the commercial, he was more on the side of the fries, but he's still in there eating bacon fries.
100%.
And this is my man, JB. I know you got to get your checks and all of that.
No love lost,
but
man.
I think sometimes we don't really see how, when they got the McRib. Watch when the McRib come back around. Who's gonna be the spokesperson for the Mc? It's always somebody black.
You know what I noticed, Jay? Which is why I tune out of most pop culture today is the fact of the matter there is a private joke amongst all people in positions of power and persuasion. We're the butt of that private joke.
Now, what is the joke? What do you think the joke is?
The joke is that black people...
How many niggas does it take to screw a light bulb?
All of that. But
What's the joke?
The running joke is that black people can always be coerced and co-opted to work against their interests. You understand? And particularly, like, there's nothing surprising about it. It's nothing to get all up in arms about it on that level, because that is American as American pie, as apple pie. You understand? Black people, we have to work against our interests in order for the paradigm socially of America to exist.
Right, and for it to work correctly.
For it to work correctly. It just must. And entertainment and culture is a part of that. In fact, it's everything, because your culture dictates your actions, your culture, how you behave, how you cultivate. You know what I'm saying? So, this is war. This is warfare. This is cultural.
Yes, it's cultural, psychological,
warfare,
spiritual. It's a warfare on many fronts, and I think people don't see it. There's a scientific warfare out, like oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There's so many layers to this fucking onion that you would not believe. But listen, I don't want to spend too much time on this guy. I just thought it was funny that, out of all the people, they used my picture in this fucking meme. And I think my expression in the fucking thing was classic. And so whoever put that fucking meme together.
Shout out.
Bravo.
Word.
I fucks with you.
Word.
So now moving on. Before I came here, I think I was going to watch the news or something like that, but my local news was not on. It was being preempted by some congressional fucking hearings with this dude, McCool Cohen, who was Mr. Trump's, I ain't even call him President Trump, Mr. Trump's,
quote,
former personal lawyer. Okay? Now, he was supposed to be there to basically give any information that he knows about Donald Trump, basically to blow up his spot. But as I'm watching it, the whole shit seemed to be about trying to break this man down and try to make everybody question his credibility. And it was blatant. It was corny. It was a lot of different adjectives that I can't necessarily come up with right now. But
theater.
Political theater, yes, is what it was. What do we think about this? I mean, they're acting like this McCool Cohen can have like criminally damaging information. So this is why they're trying to go at his credibility, because if he says anything that can seem, criminal against the president, oh, well, how do we know he's even telling the truth? He lied about this, that, and the third. And another thing that they kept trying to get him to do in this fucking so-called hearing or whatever, they're mad that even though he's going to jail, but it's only going to be for a couple years.
3, I heard. 3.
Like 3 years. Yeah. So they mad that the nigga has the opportunity to come out and get like a book deal or a movie deal. Right. And they keep trying to get him to say on camera that he will not do that, or he will not take any fucking money or benefit from the shit. And like at least 5 or 6 of these niggas asked him the same shit. So will you hear it now? Not say that you won't take it. This nigga says, no, I will not.
Right.
Like, you out your fucking mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they almost some of these niggas look like they lightweight hating as if they wish they could be in that fucking position. Talk to me, Rage.
Listen, you know, I'm usually not the one to really be able to comment on the individuality of these type of things in the organized political world. Because I see the whole thing as bread and circus. You know what I'm saying? It's a distraction. But
what do you mean by bread and circus?
Bread and circus is a term that was pushed around the ancient Roman Empire, that when the people were having issues that were affecting their real life, and the Roman government didn't have the right answers for it, they would just give them bread and circus,
right?
To distract them,
right?
You know? Yeah,
they give them games.
Give them games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give them
gladiators.
Some raw meat, gladiators. Like this is just raw meat, so people, you know, to devour.
Super Bowl,
all that. This
basketball.
This whole hearing
baseball.
is raw meat. Absolutely.
Same shit.
This whole hearing is raw meat. What I look for is the through line to things. Like, what's the constant, right? The constant is this: power moves a certain way. I don't care who's president. The only thing that Trump lacks might be etiquette. He might lack decorum. He might lack, like could be considered gaudy because he comes from a world of real estate and he has those type of machinations about him. But what he's doing and the scandals he's facing is no different than any other sitting president in the history of the country. He just has laundry out there because of his methods and because of his brand. So now the chickens have come home to roost on that. But for me to get involved in detail about who was paid for what and what fund was used for what and what particular hush money was paid for what or whose life got threatened, that's Americana. And that's happened with all the administrations. Some administrations, it was just a little more louder than the other. So, you know, that's my opinion on the matter. What's going on with this war? What's going on with the economy? I'm concerned with the prison industrial complex. I'm concerned with the quality of the health of my people. Where's my reparations? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on it like that. Give a damn about a Trump and a Cohen or whatever, but you know what I mean?
Well, you know, speaking of what I care about and speaking of politics, you know, I've stated on this show before that, you know, not that I'm all into politics, but I believe a lot more in local politics than I do national politics. You know, when you're dealing with fucking, you know, electoral college and all that bullshit. So yesterday here in New York, there was a special election that went down, and for public advocate. Now, public advocate is supposed to be, you know, just what it sounds like. It's somebody that goes to City Hall and advocates for the public's, you know, best interest. Supposed to go in there and be able to fight it out with the mayor on behalf of the people, you know. And there were quite a few candidates, but there was one candidate, you know, who I used to live in Brooklyn back in the 90s, and there was always this brother with dreads that you'd always see, you know, on the news, in the background, whenever there was some community issues going on. And, you know, from back then, I kind of pointed out, and I knew that he was going to be doing something in politics in the future. So the young man I'm talking about is a brother named Jumaane Williams. Now, I had always seen him on TV. So I actually, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, had the pleasure of being on a panel of The Source. I think we were at, Brooklyn Academy of Music or something like that. And it was me, Jumaane, and I think, you know, Londell McMillan. So on this panel, and as he's talking, I noticed that he's like twitching and shit like that, you know? So this is my first time noticing that he actually had a condition, which, cause he always, you know, you always see him on the news, it's so fast, you never notice some shit like that. So it turns out he has Tourette's. He was born with Tourette's. But he's been a you know, a community activist for a very long time. Yes. I think he just won some sort of political office, but now, yesterday, he won New York City Public Advocate. And I just want to say that I actually did vote yesterday before my DJ gig in Brooklyn, and I voted for Jumaane. And congratulations for Jumaane Williams. And I just want to say part of the reason that I did vote for him is because it's not that I agree with every single thing that this guy is about, but number one, I've always seen him on the scene when it comes to community issues, especially for Black people. Number two, I actually met him before. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
That's important.
And he was at a hip hop event lending his, lending what he felt about hip hop. And then, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody that I know is really in touch with the people in a deeper way.
He makes his rounds.
If you fuck with hip hop,
yeah,
like that means something.
You know what he represents, Jay? What all politicians or any elected officials that have any governance in the hood is supposed to have. He represents what they call from the soil.
Speak on it, God.
You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it, God.
And I've definitely.
How much time?
I've made the acquaintance of. I made his acquaintance a few times, and he definitely comes off like a brother with integrity, and he shows up to the things that counts, and he makes sure that the people on a whole, their interests are being recognized. And I've seen that as well in him. So congratulations.
That's what's up. Definitely. Congratulations, Jumaane Williams. Listen, we're about to take a break.
I know.
When we come back, look at this nigga. This motherfucker. Lovesick little puppy. Listen, when we come back, I think I want to bring on an interesting guest. Okay? We have to learn to do for self in a lot of different areas. And I think our next guest that we're going to bring on is someone that has experience in that and can actually has information to help us all do for self in a small way. So we're going to go to break and we'll be right back. Yanadameen Godcast. Peace.
Peace.
All right, so getting back to the origins of the Godcast, we're gonna do a book review right about now. But today's book review is not your ordinary book. Oh, no. Today's book actually happens to be a children's book, okay? And the name of the book is called Princess and the Power of Melanin by Anthony McBride and Jeremy C. McCool. Now, basically, it was created to uplift young girls to combat colorism that often exists in the world. And it's important for our young sisters as well as our young kings to know that their melanin is not something that's negative, that it's actually a positive attribute. So that's what this book is designed to teach your young, this one is specifically to teach the young queens. Now, I'm always rushing, setting up stuff and all of that. So you actually had a chance to read the book.
Yes, I did.
Digga. Just tell us a little bit about the book and how you enjoyed it. Do you think it's something that our little young sisters should read?
I thought it was awesome. It was about a little girl. She goes to school and basically she she gets teased, I believe, if memory serves me correct. She's getting teased in her, or not even teased. Maybe she just looks different from her classmates. And it was cool that it wasn't just Black students and white students. It was actually showing other brown children as well. So, mommy says to the girl, your melanin is magic. she tells her that it's like a superpower of hers. And then I think later on in the book, the kids go to the beach, you know, some of the lighter kids or the pale kids, they come home all sunburnt, and, you know, her melanin is popping and glowing, and you know, it was just dope to reassure young darker girls that, you know, you're beautiful as well, because we're definitely seeing a lot of colorism. I think with entertainment, I feel like once upon a time, you know, you did see variation of color of black women and that representation. I feel like, you know, particularly in hip hop, you're seeing a lot of like one thing and just entertainment in general. I think we still see that colorism and that favoritism towards lighter shades. So it's just dope to see, you know, things like this reaffirm black beauty, you know, and the power and the beauty in darker shade women.
Well, that's what's up. So our book recommendation for this week, it's on the screen right now. Princess and the Power of Melanin, Anthony McBride, Jeremy C. McCool, available at Amazon.com, and I assume everywhere where books are sold. Peace.
Brooklyn's historic The Black Lady Theater is now taking bookings. Host your next birthday party, concert, networking event, baby or bridal shower, wedding, art show, gala, corporate event, live stage play, audition, and so much more at the one and only The Black Lady Theater. Mention code GODCAST for 15% off your rental fee. Code good for the first time customers only. Valid for a limited time. Call 718-771-0900 to book your event today.